adopting the International Building Code 2021, the International Residential Code 2021, the International Mechanical Code 2021, and the International Energy Conservation Code 2021, providing that such codes collectively comprise the Howard County Building Code and generally relating to the regulations of the building and construction in Howard County.
I move to approve CB 71, 2021.
Second.
I move to approve Amendment 1 to CB 71, 2021. That motion fails. Do I declare that motion fails, or do I move on?
Does she declare it fails?
Madam Chair, that does not appear to be a second, so it would fail for failure of a second.
Okay. Mrs. Hitt, would you please call the vote to approve CB 71, period? Wait, what? No?
CB 71 was moved and seconded, so there should be discussion, unless you were moving on to table.
CB 71 has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on this? I have discussion. The Howard County Climate Action came to public hearing and presented to this council what I thought was a really commendable amendment. And in keeping with our admittedly very tight timetable, I incorporated that amendment into one that was pre-filed and submitted to this council at large. I understand that there are a number of community members and not community members who have concerns about this amendment, and they've emailed us both in support of it and against it. I completely agree that it warrants more discussion and more hearing. If that motion to amend it had been seconded, it's likely that that amendment would have been deemed substantial, and we would have had the opportunity to have that hearing and that public discussion about what many, many climate change advocates agree is a step that can be taken right now to make real and purposeful change going forward. It is unfortunate that we as a council and our community does not have the opportunity to have that discussion in association with this Council Bill 71. I'm certain that those advocates that brought it to our attention this month will not relent, and we'll hear from them again, and we will hopefully consider this very same kind of climate change purpose-driven action in the future. Ms. Young?
I agree with you, Chair Walsh, and I think that the idea from the Climate Change Coalition was an excellent one. I'm glad that they brought it up, and I do hope that we have an opportunity to introduce this as a bill separately from a substantive amendment, and that the community becomes better educated about this really important topic, because I think it is one that we can address as a county council here, now, soon, and that bringing it up in its own bill will allow us to educate the public and to let the public understand better why, in the instance in particular of new built homes, electric is preferable to natural gas. So I'm really glad that you did you did put this in this bill to allow us to begin this discussion.
Dr. Jones?
Yes, I was just going to say something similar. It would be nice for the public to get a chance to weigh in and discuss their feelings on it. We have all seen the dozens of emails, so I think it would have been good to see in its own bill. But I think moving it as an amendment, which was, well, the amendment didn't have a second, but so I won't address it. But anyway, I think it would be good for it to be its own bill so we can at least discuss it.
Ms. Rigby?
No, I think I agree with many of your colleagues that electrification of homes is an important issue that we should discuss and debate. Sorry, there's an echo. Is there? Oh, I was like, what? Okay, anyway. But it's also important to keep in mind that the reason electrification of homes is so important is because of the opportunities to green the grid. So part of that is making investments in our power grid to expand renewable energy like solar, which hopefully we'll be voting on later this evening. But I look forward to a much more fulsome discussion in the future. Thank you.
Any other discussion on CB 71? Mrs. Hay, would you please call the vote on CB 71, 2021?
Chair Walsh,
Yes.
Dr. Jones,
Yes.
Ms. Young,
Yes.
Ms. Rigby,
Yes.
Mr. Youngman.
Yes.
CB 71, 2021 passes.
Council Bill 72, 2021, an act adopting the